The atmosphere was electric the moment Taehyung of BTS entered the room. It wasn't just another celebrity arrival. It felt like the arrival of an era-defining presence. As cameras flashed and whispers filled the air, every eye locked onto him. Dressed in a perfectly tailored black double-breasted suit, crisp white shirt, and sleek tie, Taehyung radiated a mix of timeless sophistication and calm power. The world has seen countless stars attend countless events, but few moments have carried this kind of quiet gravity. Taehyung didn't need grand gestures. His aura spoke for itself. The confidence in his posture, the softness in his smile, and the depth in his eyes formed a silent statement. He wasn't just attending. He was owning the moment. Those who were present could feel it, the blend of warmth and dominance that only Taehyung can exude. What was it about him that turned a simple appearance into a worldwide spectacle? Perhaps it was the way he carried himself, or maybe it was the rare authenticity that fans have cherished for years. Whatever it was, this event once again reminded the world why Taehyung BTS is often described as the definition of elegance. The event, held in a modern venue with panoramic city views, quickly transformed into an impromptu runway the second Taehyung stepped inside. Photographers scrambled to capture every angle. Stylists gasped quietly at the perfection of his ensemble. It wasn't loud or experimental. It was classic, powerful, and deeply refined. The kind of style that whispers instead of shouts, but leaves a deeper mark because of it. The contrast of his black suit against the soft city light behind him created an image that belonged on magazine covers. And in fact, it was soon everywhere. Within hours, social media platforms were flooded with photos, clips, and admiration. "He looks like a CEO straight out of a dream," one fan tweeted. "No one does elegance like Kim Taehyung," another wrote, gathering thousands of likes in minutes. What truly captivated everyone, however, wasn't just the outer appearance. It was the way he interacted, with grace, humility, and an almost poetic calmness. As he greeted staff members, exchanged smiles with fellow attendees, and took his seat, Taehyung embodied a kind of presence that was both human and ethereal. There was an ease to him, the kind of quiet confidence that comes not from trying to impress, but from knowing exactly who he is. Inside the room, conversations subtly shifted. Even high-profile guests found themselves glancing in his direction, drawn unconsciously to his composure. There was something magnetic about the way he simply existed. It wasn't arrogance, it was assurance. A stillness that felt rare in a world obsessed with noise. Observers later described how Taehyung seemed to bring a kind of calm wherever he went. Despite the flashing cameras, the chatter, and the restless energy of the crowd, his presence grounded the space. When he smiles, the room softens. One journalist whispered during the event, "He doesn't need to speak loudly. He's already said everything with just one look." When it came time for the formal photo session, Taehyung's professionalism shone effortlessly. The moment he faced the camera, his expression shifted, sharp jawline, gentle gaze, that slight tilt of his head. The photographer barely needed direction. Every click produced a perfect frame, a balance of masculine elegance and delicate artistry. For those who know Taehyung beyond his visuals, this moment represented something deeper. His evolution from an adventurous young idol to a global fashion icon and respected artist has been a journey of self-discovery. His ability to merge creativity with maturity has turned him into a symbol not only of beauty, but of grace under pressure. And in that event, the world saw the culmination of that journey. Taehyung didn't just wear a suit, he inhabited it. The tailored lines followed his form as if they were made to honor him, not the other way around. The setting, minimalist yet luxurious, framed him perfectly. The polished wood desk behind him, a cup of coffee nearby, city lights faintly blurred in the background. It was cinematic. When he sat down for interviews, his answers reflected his characteristic thoughtfulness. Calm voice, deliberate words, and that faint smile that could disarm anyone. Listeners couldn't help but notice how his tone carried the same warmth as his eyes. Reporters later noted that Taehyung's charisma lies in his contradictions. He's confident yet humble, distant yet deeply emotional, mysterious yet approachable. It's this duality that continues to fascinate not only fans, but also the fashion and entertainment industries. As the event continued, guests began whispering about how even the lighting seemed to favor him. The soft glow of the overhead lamps illuminated his features in the most flattering way possible. His black hair framed his face perfectly, and every subtle movement, a shift in his seat, a gentle nod, looked like choreography. Later that night, after the event ended, social media became a sea of Taehyung's images. Clips of him adjusting his tie, offering a handshake, or simply gazing out the window went viral within minutes. On TikTok, one short video captioned the definition of a modern gentleman surpassed 1 million views in hours. Fans across the world began trending hashtags like hashtag #TaehyungGentlemanAura and hashtag #ThePerfectGentlemanV. Even fashion critics joined in, describing his look as a masterclass in timeless menswear. One editorial wrote, "Kim Taehyung doesn't follow fashion trends, he defines them." His suit at the event wasn't just clothing. It was a statement of who he's become. Indeed, Taehyung's relationship with fashion has always been more than surface level. From his collaborations with luxury brands to his subtle way of blending classic and modern aesthetics, he's proven time and again that style for him is an expression of emotion, not ego. He once mentioned in an interview that he chooses his outfits based on how he feels rather than how he wants to appear. That authenticity is precisely what makes his fashion moments feel so genuine. Throughout the night, Taehyung continued to exude that quiet brilliance. When the host thanked him for attending, he stood, bowed politely, and offered a sincere smile that seemed to warm everyone in the room. The applause that followed wasn't just for a global superstar. It was for a man who represented refinement, kindness, and poise. Later, fans speculated about the deeper meaning behind his appearance. Was it tied to an upcoming collaboration? Was there a hidden message behind his minimalist outfit choice? Theories flooded online spaces, but one thing everyone agreed on was this: no one else could have embodied the role of the perfect gentleman quite like Taehyung. The next morning, fashion magazines around the world featured his image on their front pages. Headlines like "Kim Taehyung redefines modern elegance" and "The Gentleman Era has begun" spread across digital platforms. Analysts noted a spike in engagement every time his name appeared. It wasn't just admiration, it was inspiration. His influence transcended fandom boundaries. Even those unfamiliar with BTS found themselves captivated by his aura. One columnist wrote, "There are celebrities who shine on stage, and then there are those who bring light simply by being present." Taehyung belongs to the latter. Days later, behind-the-scenes photos surfaced. They showed Taehyung laughing with the production crew, adjusting his suit before the shoot, and sipping coffee as he looked out over the skyline. Each frame painted the same picture: a man grounded in simplicity, radiating depth without trying. That authenticity continues to be the secret behind his global appeal. In a world obsessed with perfection, Taehyung's version of perfection is rooted in imperfection, gentle, thoughtful, and real. He doesn't demand attention. He earns it effortlessly. Fans from different countries translated his interviews, shared them across languages, and commented on how his words carried emotional weight. "He's not just beautiful outside," wrote one admirer. "He's beautiful in how he treats others." And perhaps that's why the title, "The Perfect Gentleman," suits him so well. It's not just about the tailored suit, the flawless smile, or the charming demeanor. It's about the values he represents: respect, humility, and authenticity. As night fell and the event lights dimmed, Taehyung's presence lingered long after he left. The staff who worked the venue shared stories online about how polite and considerate he had been throughout the evening. One even mentioned that he thanked every person individually before leaving. Small gestures that revealed his true character beyond the spotlight. When fans saw those stories, their pride multiplied. For ARMY, Taehyung isn't just an idol, he's a reflection of grace itself.